Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to the Life in Pines.
All you pine cones and pine needles.
I'll never get used to that. We are back today because we live in Minnesota, and when the weather is nice up here, you got to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
But we are so excited because today we're doing something that we've been wanting to do for a long time.
Today we are gonna try dry pour concrete.
Right here.
Yeah. This has been something that we've wanted to do for quite a while. Friends of ours over at Cajun Country Living, they've perfected this.
They are the pioneers of the dry pour method, and we feel so fortunate that we were able to put our heads together because they live in Louisiana and they've dry poured. They don't have to worry about frost heaving. We obviously live in northern Minnesota where we have to worry about frost, cold weather, extreme temperature swings.
Yeah, we go from like -30 to like 100 degrees. So
That is the temperature difference that we can see here. So
yeah, so today we are gonna do what's considered cold climate dry pour.
I would say.
Yeah. The reason that we've wanted to do this for so long is we've had these little pavers in front as like kind of like a little patio, but it's not doing what we need it to do.
There's obviously dirt that builds up around it, and you can see our chicken coop is white. So last night, for instance, we got a torrential downpour and it just splattered all the dirt up on our beautiful white chicken coop. It just looks horrible. So we have to go out and sweep it, clean it. It just doesn't stay clean. So that's one reason we want to do this.
Yeah. Jenna loves decorating and loves flowers. So she always has little planters on the front, and the chickens dig underneath them and then they tip over, or the wind tips them over because they're not on solid ground.
You can see there's like a little hole right here underneath that the chickens dig, our barn cats dig. They dig under there. Chickens lay eggs under there. So we need to get rid of that access point for them too.
Yeah. Some of you may know, some of you may not. If you've been following along, our videos are at the renovation house. So we're lucky enough to have a project that we can be on our homestead. And it's a project that we normally would not feel comfortable doing. But with this technique, we have this whole new confidence of we can do this.
And anybody can do this.
Anybody can do this.
So we're super excited. Like, he's just been amped all morning. It's been kind of funny, but yeah.
It's something new, and it looks fun. I've seen Jim and Lydia do it
several times.
I'm a strong believer of see one, do one, teach one. And we're gonna do one and try to teach you at the same time. So
yeah.
But we're gonna get this started. We bought the two things that we really needed.
The concrete.
And then we are gonna put in
concrete reinforcement.
So we've got leftover wood from the chicken coop, from the renovation house, from random things that we've done. We're gonna send the kids to go get that.
So that's the great thing about doing this method too, is that most of the supplies that you need, you already likely have on hand if you're any kind of homeowner.
Yeah, so excited.
Oh my gosh. Let's get it going.
Yeah. Okay, so the first step is we need to clean out this area. We've got these pavers. We're gonna start getting rid of these, and then we can start doing some measurements and figure out where we need to kind of scrape a little bit and fill this area and get it ready for the dry pour concrete. Maybe I'll just sit here. Watch you guys.
I don't think so.
All my framing stuff's at the house, so I don't even have a speed square here. So Jenna is just kind of scraping just a little bit of the top soil off of the area where we want to lay the slab. Typically you could just frame this up as like a box where you got 2x4s all the way around. We want this to be pretty close to our chicken coop, so that's why we screwed that 1x4 treated piece of wood to the chicken coop, and that's where the concrete's going to stop. So we're going to build a form. We want it to come, this chicken coop is 8x12, so this is exactly, that board is exactly 8 feet. This 2x4 here is exactly 8 feet, And then we want to come out about 4 feet, but we have to do some figuring because we bought that remesh that goes in there that's exactly, I believe, 4x8. I have to measure it. But so we either need to make the frame bigger than 4x8 or manipulate the remesh that's in the back of the truck right now. And you do not want any of this coming out of the concrete. So if anything, you want an inch all the way around this remesh. So we could do a couple different things. We could, like I said, make the form bigger, or I think I got a better idea.
I'm excited to hear what it is.
I think we could just take these and just bend them.
Oh.
Bend them in like this. And what's that measurement now?
Well, if you do, you just want to bend the one. Ooh,
Just
hold
the
on.
one side. So now we're at 45, so that would give us 1.5 inches all the way around.
All the way around. Good idea.
Makes sense?
Yeah, you're so smart.
Okay, that works for the 4 foot way, but what about the 8 foot way? Are we gonna have to cut it?
8 feet with 1.5 inches all the way around would be 93. So if we can bend it, put a 2x4 right here and then bend it and bend it all like that.
Let's do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we got our mark. Mm-hmm. And we'll bend it all the way over.
You're strong and smart.
And one fart smeller. I mean, smart feller.
Finley is gonna be our. Oh shoot! Hang on. Lydia's calling. Lydia's calling.
Sorry, I'm on a time crunch with my wall texture.
Oh, that's okay. All right, so what we've found is that a 12 and a 13-year-old can do this. You don't need any special tools, and if you bend it forward and then bend it back, they just snap right off. We're just dry fitting this in to make sure that the measurements are right.
She's doing it the wrong way. There you go. Outside, so you're off.
Oh, because I dug to the inside, not the outside.
Yeah, so you got to basically that what you did, but just further out.
Okay.
So we kind of have the frame built, but we've been dry kind of fitting it in there. We want a nice slope away from the chicken coop. It doesn't have to be drastic, but any water that hits it, we want it to run away from the chicken coop, not back into it. We're looking at about a bubble of angle, and we're probably there now after Jenna just took care of that. So
Hey, you're such a pretty girl. Yeah, I'm saying if we use that hoe just around, it should be fine, right?
language, Mom. I thought the same thing, CJ. Okay, next step, we have the frame in the general area where we want it. So Jenna's just going to go around the perimeter and put a chain wall, or what we call it up here is, I'm going to say a mini footer. Don't go too deep.
How do you do I go?
Deep enough, I guess. Okay, so we finished up the framing. It looks really good. It really does. So it's all framed up. It's got a nice little pitch away from the chicken coop.
Backfilled.
It's backfilled by hand by Jenna. And you don't have to use the stakes for this because you're going to pour the concrete in there dry. It has no, what's it, outforce pressure?
I don't know what it's called.
It has no ability to kind of push it and blow it out as long as you pack it in around there. And we backfilled it to prevent that from happening. We got the little chain wall all the way around, or a mini footer as like I call it. And now we just need to start filling this thing with concrete. This is it. Don't get scared now.
Oh boy.
What we're gonna do, fill it halfway with the concrete. We're gonna lay that remesh in there on top of that first layer, and then we can start going up to the very top level and we can start screeding. You weren't supposed to get it on your feet.
Well, it happens.
Remember this?
Yeah, I sure do.
My brother gave this to me because he saw the video of me struggling to get it in, right?
Just get it in. Just
Push
get
it
it
out.
in already.
Push it in. Open it up. Close it. Push the button. Ready to go.
That's pretty nifty.
No fiddling around. All right, we've got a couple bags poured in there. We're gonna pour a couple more and then start spreading it around to basically fill it in.
And just like with Cajun Country Living, you can already see it's wicking up the moisture from the ground.
Trapped inside the mind of a dreamer, losing sight of all the visions in my head. I've been tossing all my thoughts off the deep end, drowning out my fears with tears instead. I've been searching for a peace of mind.
That reminds me of my fishing days when I go down in the river and make a nice little level platform for my chair. And then my baseball coach came and dug a hole right in the middle of it.
Isn't he the one that always gave you the nickname River Rat? Every time he'd come to your house to get you to come play baseball, your mom would be like, no, he's down at the river.
Spearing suckers.
And now you've got the nickname River Rat.
This is my battleground, though I'm trapped inside the mind of a dreamer. My fears can't hold me down.
All right, so we got the first little layer in. Then we're just gonna lay down the remesh in there. We'll kind of get it centered. Again, you want at least an inch all the way around that remesh so it's not sticking out of the concrete. And that was a huge tip from our friends once again at Cajun Country Living. Okay, we've got the remesh in. So now it's just basically continue filling. We're gonna start on this end, start putting some bags in, and then we can start screeding.
No one may really ever know. Feel like I'm 6 feet underground, trapped inside a dream and falling through the clouds. I keep screaming, shouting, but no one hears the sound, 'cause I'm trapped inside the mind of a dreamer, dreaming.
Okay, so the thing about screeding, and when I say screeding, like, I'm such a novice, I thought it was called screeding with a T. But the thing about screeding is you want to almost have it like mounded when you start, and just, Jim said, I think his words were, the difference between 15 minutes and 30 minutes of screeding is going to make all the difference in the world. And we're pretty meticulous that we're going to follow their advice to a T.
Screed, screed, screed. Continue to work that powder up to the surface.
I'm 6 feet underground, trapped inside a dream and falling through the clouds. I keep screaming, shouting, but no one hears the sound.
Oh, the other thing too is get the straightest 2x4 that you can find, because that's really going to help make your finish nice and smooth as well.
You want like literally no crown whatsoever. That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, straight. I mean, you don't want some wonky 2x4.
So step 7, done. We screeded the entire slab. You can see there's still some lines in it from us screeding back and forth. But when we go to finish it with the paint roller, we're hoping that that just completely disappears. So next step, we're gonna edge and put a nice soft edge all the way around this whole thing.
Don't you have to bang it and make sure all the stuff goes down?
Ooh, good call for me, yes. Might be a little finesse when it comes to doing this.
Make the edger do a little wheelie. Okay, the edging is done. It looks so nice. But here comes the creme de la creme of what makes this look so perfect. I sure love those dirt baths.
Roller hootis? Concrete roller hootis?
Concrete smoothing roller hootis.
This is your job though, I don't paint. Thank you.
I am putting zero pressure on this. I'm just letting the weight of it. Oh my gosh, that is so satisfying.
So how long you been finishing concrete?
I was today years old when I started this.
Well, you're doing a phenomenal job.
Shade. Here comes the sun.
The slab is
Ready
for water.
just like the bag says.
Just add water.
And that's exactly what we're gonna do.
First watering, find yourself a hose nozzle with the mist setting on it. It has to have the mist. You want to just barely get this thing wet.
You just want it to darken.
Yep, you want
just want to
to
darken
darken
it.
it. So I'm going to give Jenna that job as well. I'm a little rammy, so I would probably be one of those people that would not do this first step the right way. So all we got to do is we got to hose it down real quick, one good misting, and then we will walk away for 1 hour.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 1 hour. Oh boy. Okay, it hasn't even been 5 minutes of the first watering.
I tell you what though, there ain't no way that we would have got it to look like that pouring it wet. There ain't no, I'm without a doubt, there's no way. How do you think it turned out?
So good. I just told Lydia it looks so good that I'm gonna kick these chickens out and turn this thing into a she shed. Almost anybody could do this. This is a definite DIY. Do not be intimidated by doing concrete. You can do it dry and have it look amazing.
Dad can dry pour a little area to park his truck next to the garage.
There you go.
There you go.
The possibilities are endless with this, and we're going to show you guys that you don't have to live in a warm climate, even though contrary to what it feels like right now, you can do this even in a cold climate. So excited.
So another thing that we were infamous for with wet pours was never getting enough concrete. Today, we used that concrete calculator that Jim and Lydia mentioned in their video, and we didn't run out of concrete.
We didn't.
And even if we would have, it would have been no big deal because we could have just moseyly gone to the store, got another bag,
Had a
got
cup
ice
of
cream on
coffee.
the way home, got here and poured the rest because it's not wet yet.
Timer just went off. Second misting. Here we go.
What's the trick with the second misting?
Less is more? What?
Just change the color.
Oh, so that is the trick with the, yeah.
So I think what we should do is, for all the naysayers out there, we would say anybody can do a dry pour in a cold climate when it's summer. Well, you just have to stick around and find out. Hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on. We'll update you.
We've got our second misting done, and those are some ominous looking clouds. Oh gosh. No?
I don't think it did any either.
No.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay, we are past the misting phase. And now we are showered.
Oh, I think I'm gonna do sweep but go far away from it.
Okay, heard it here first.
Okay, so I'm like far away from this thing. I'm probably like 10 feet away. You can pour concrete while drinking coffee. It's as easy as that.
You would. I think we can get it wetter. Hey!
Sorry, that was not on purpose. So we have come really close to some storms and some rain, but it has held off and looks like it should hold off for another few hours, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so we have 20 minutes left on the timer before we're supposed to start our next sprinkle, and I don't know if you can see that, but we're starting to get a little shower, so yeah, you can kind of see the drops of rain, and oh my gosh, I can see the chicken's footprints right there. That's so funny.
Okay, so Mother Nature kind of gave us a pre-shower shower. But we are on to, what is this, number?
This is the second watering. Okay, so my timer just went off again. I think this is the, shoot, I don't remember, hang on. Okay, I had to have Teddy check my little checklist because I can't remember, but the timer just went off for the third watering. It just started raining again, very light sprinkle. Don't let the thunder deceive you. It's just really not that bad. And so I am not gonna water it because it's just giving like the perfect light sprinkle. So I'm gonna go back in where I'm not getting wet and let Mother Nature finish this concrete for us. Hello.
Hi. We saw y'all's slab needed a little bit of help, so why don't we just go ahead and fly up and help y'all out?
Wait, are you guys being serious?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds really fun to us. We hardly ever get a chance to get away from here, and it gives us like a mini vacation. We get to come up and spend some time with you guys and do a project with y'all.
Okay, so it is the next day. We had a crazy pop-up storm that came in like a lion, and it was like torrential downpour, high winds, and it definitely messed with our finish. There was some wearing of the edge right here. And is the integrity of this concrete compromised? I don't think so. Cosmetically, it's not perfect. I'm walking down to our garden right now to show you guys some more of the damage that we had with this crazy freak storm that blew through here last night. This is our little trail that comes down to the lake, and from up here all the way down, I mow all of this, and this is now a little pond. Oh my gosh, look what it did to our dock. Just kidding. We're in the process of fixing this too.
Okay, so what we were thinking was we could come up in the beginning of July, and that'll give it that 28-day cure. And we thought that we could just come up and help y'all get everything finished, get it all perfect, and fix that cosmetic issue that y'all had.
And that can happen in days. So
That's a bit extreme.
step 6 done. We screeded the entire thing. You can
No,
see.
sorry, that was step 7.
Yeah, anybody can do a dry pour and a Clyde.
Oh, you walked right through it.
Ah, bug.